everyone, and today I am gonna be. So I'm trying to learn how to be a GM, DM, however you want to pronounce that. I know some people say dungeon master, some people say game master. I'm trying to be someone who does the story. It's gonna take time, so right now we're just gonna do the King's Plunder solo adventure as one of the people. We just gotta click things. Okay, it makes things easy. It lets us learn. I figured I'd take you guys on the journey with me. So, in Pirate King's Plunder, you won't advance to the story by reading the journals in chronological order. Instead, at the end of each entry, you'll be presented with a set of choices. The decisions you make will lead to different entries, which you can follow by clicking on the inline link. Player resources. The adventure steps journal contains every step of the adventure, and you'll navigate through it by making choices by clicking on the option at the end of each entry. You can use scratch paper page to help you keep track of things. Okay, I was hoping that kind of didn't put that there. Help you keep track of actions you perform items pick up along the way. Some of the adventure steps you may require to deal with a threat before you can progress. Generally, the description will tell you how to resolve the situation. If you find yourself in combat, the combat reference page has a summary of the relevant rules. When you're ready, advance to entry number 1. Alright, so we're going to put this off to the side, pull up our scratch paper, go to the side, because my roll for some reason ends up over here. I want to end up here, but we'll figure out that later. Okay, like, I've never used Foundry before. Cut me some slack. You are a wandering adventurer visiting Atari, a small town on the coast of the Starstone Isle, an enormous island magically raised out of the ocean by an ancient god. Atari is renowned for its lumber and fine wooden boats. But that's not what brought you here. You came looking for adventure. Word has it that a vicious beast is preying upon the town's livestock, and the mayor has offered 10 gold coins to any hero who can put an end to the menace. That kind of money would pay for your expenses for a month. After asking around at a nearby tavern called the Crow's Cask, you learn that most of the attacks occur on the west side of town, not far from the shore. That seems like the best place to start your search. You gather up your belongings to make your way out along the rocky beach to begin your hunt. It doesn't take long for you to find the entrance to a dark and mysterious cave. Large paw prints lead to and from the gloomy opening. Alright, go to entry number 13. Noticing the tracks leading to the cave, you hide in a nearby underbrush, hoping to ambush whatever foul beast lives here. After just a few minutes, you hear the sounds of something approaching, and the scent of wet fur hangs heavy in the air. Emerging from the bushes is a lean, mangy wolf carrying the body of a dead chicken in its maw. It appears to be returning home after its most recent hunt. Clearly, this is the beast that's been preying upon the farmer's animals. You wait until it is near, then draw your short sword and spring out to attack. Okay, so you are now in combat with a wolf. You know this is a feral beast that cannot be tamed and must be slain to keep the farmer's livestock safe. I would totally, if this didn't say I couldn't tame it, I would totally attempt taming it. Read the combat reference for the rules on combat. We're going to go to that. Sorry for the hiccups. Okay, in combat, both you and the enemy take turns attacking one another. You attack by rolling the d20 sided dice and adding your attack bonus. If the total is equal or greater than the target's armor class, then the attack hits and deals damage. Subtract the damage from the target's hit points. To defeat them, you must reduce their HP to 0 or less. On their turn, your enemy will likely attack you. You'll roll a d20 for them, add their attack bonus, and compare the result to your AC. If the enemy reduces you to 0 HP or less, you die. Finally, if your attack roll exceeds the enemy's AC by 10 or more, it's a critical hit, and you deal double damage. Roll once and double the result. Okay, you also score a critical hit against the enemy if the result of the die roll shows a 20 on the side die. When the enemy attacks, you can score a critical hit only if the die roll is a 20. Rounds and actions combat occurs in rounds. Each round, both you and the enemy take turns on each turn. You can use 3 actions. Once you have used your actions, it's the enemy turn. After it uses 3 actions, it's your turn again. This repeats until one side is defeated. Actions are denoted by the action symbol, which looks like an arrow pointing. Although you can attack 3 times in one turn, each time you attack in a single round, each subsequent I can't pronounce that word right now. Each attack after becomes less accurate. For instance, your first short start attack is rolled with a +7 bonus, but your second only has a +2. So this is my rolls right here. It gives me, and I got a -3 on that. It's the third one. Oh, this is horror. What's my hit points? Oh, my hit points is 20. That's not bad. All right. So we are now in combat. Read the rules of combat. Okay, I think I'm going first. Okay, yeah, it looks like I'm going first. You know, this race can't be tamed because we jumped out and sprung the attack. So I'm going with we go first because it doesn't tell me I go first. Yeah, we're doing it that way. All right, so our first attack, 19. A 19 will hit because its AC is only 14. So it's 19 hitting. We did 8 damage. I need a pencil, otherwise I'm going to forget. Okay, so give me 5 seconds because there's a dog in my lap as well. Oh, this is what a phone is for, everyone. This is what a phone's for. Alright, so he's at 7 damage, and I'm going to attack one more time, but we're not going to use our second attack. Our third attack. We're going to hide for that one. 15. A 15 will hit. 8 points of damage. 8 points of damage. Actually, I just killed this thing in one hit. Yeah. Awesome. We attack with our short sword, going for 2 quick jabs straight to the heart of the wolf. The wolf drops dead. We have defeated the wolf. Alright. You leap aside, avoiding the wolf's snarling jaws, and drive your sword deep into its flank. With a yowl, the wretched creature falls into the muck and goes still. You clean off your blade and then wander into a cave to make sure that this wolf was the only one. As your eyes adjust to the gloom, you find yourself inside a small cavern that was obviously the beast's home. It stinks of wet fur, and there are scraps of rotting meat and bone lying about, evidence of its previous victims. Far more interesting, though, is what you spot at the back of the cave. A crack in the far wall leads into darkness, and just above it, scratched into stone, is a symbol that looks like a treasure chest. As you draw closer, you realize the crack is actually the entrance to an underground tunnel. It might just be the hiding place of some forgotten treasure. We're going through the crack. We are not going to go back to town and collect our ritual. Where's the fun in that? We're here to explore, man. Or die. One of the two. Put inside your fear, you squeeze your way through the crack into the narrow passageway beyond, lit only by a faint light from above. If the cobwebs and dust are any indication, no one has gone down this way for a long time. Up ahead, the passageway winds to form a cave chamber, before veering to the left. A curtain of moss grows on the right wall of the small cavern, fed by a trickle of water dripping from the cavern ceiling. Something about it looks odd. You can't quite figure it out without succeeding at a perception check. Alright, so your perception indicates how good you are at noticing things. Your perception skill check is a 1d20 plus 4. Once you have rolled, compare the total to the difficulty class, which is 15. If your result is equal to or greater than the DC, we succeed. We succeeded! Yeah! Okay, if you exceed at the perception check, go to entry 24. We're crawling into the crack. I haven't even read that yet, but we're crawling into the crack. Okay, looking around, you notice a narrow crack in the wall, just above the curtain of moss. Water seems to be dripping out from the crack, and it looks wide enough that you might be able to squeeze inside. What do? Ignore the crack, turn down the passageway. Crawl into the crack. Where's our sense of adventure? Alright. After brushing aside some moss, you find small notches cut into the wall, making it simple to climb up into the crack. Someone must have carved those on purpose. Squeezing into the crevice, you find a small, cramped alcove behind it. It's filled with moss, but you note 2 things. In the back of the room is an old leather pouch that is split open on one side, spilling a handful full of coins across the floor. In addition, set into the floor in the center of the alcove is a stone lever. Alright, so first things first, we gather up the coins. So we go to our scratch paper, hit edit, come here, 21 copper. What's the other one? Oh no, it gets rid of. Oh, there it is. Okay, 21 copper and 4 silver. 4 silver. Oh my god. I should probably put coins after each of these. Alright. Save the entry. Go here. Drag you back over here for now. Alright. So, we know it's a stone lever. Now we're pulling the lever. Where's the adventure man? Okay, so just because, okay. You have to pull hard, but the stone lever finally moves. As it slides into place, you can hear a rumbling sound from somewhere nearby. Dust and dirt shakes loose from the ceiling until the rumbling finally stops after about a minute. There's a deep click from the lever, and no matter how hard you try, you can't move the lever back to its original position. Right, pull the lever on your scratch paper. Scratch paper. Here. Oh no. Ew. There we go. Hold the lever. Save entry. Alright, we pulled the lever. Okay. With nothing else to do in the Sockclove, you crawl back out and head down the passageway below. Go to entry number 10. Woohoo! Okay, the passageway winds through ancient rock, but it's clear that someone had made it wider with a pickaxe, although it looks like the work was done many years ago. After squeezing hurriedly through a narrow crevice with the ceiling supported only by a rotting log, you find yourself in a small chamber. Roots grow down from above, breaking through the ceiling and letting in a faint, dampling light here and there across the cavern. Opposite the entrance is another corridor. But before you can head down that way, you hear a terrible hissing sound coming from the passageway. Emerging from the darkness is a gigantic snake with its terrifying fangs. Okay, you are now in combat with the snake. Just as when fighting the wolf, you and the snake will take turns attacking one another until one side is defeated. There are a few new things to pay attention to in this combat. In this fight, the snake goes first, but during its first turn, it must spend two of its three actions to close the distance before it can attack you. So on the snake's first turn, it only gets to spend one action attacking. On the rest, it spends all three actions. It goes first. So yeah, that's just telling me it moved first. So dealing with poison, whenever the snake bites you, it might poison you. This happens as part of the bite, so it doesn't use an action. When you get hit by the snake's bite, you must attempt a saving throw to resist the venom effects. Saving throws are special rules to resist that try to harm or control the character. There are three types of saving throws. Reflex saving throws are used to dodge a bolt of lightning or fearsome dragon's breath. Will saving throws are used to resist spells that try to take over your mind. And fortitude saving throws are used to fight off poisons and diseases. You must attempt the fortitude saving throw every time the snake bites you. Roll 1d20 plus 8. If the result is equal to or greater than 16, you fight it off and nothing happens. If the result is 15 or lower, we take additional damage. Alright, so we already got our scratch paper. It's the one right behind it. So we're ready for that. Snake attacks first, but it can only attack once. 1d... Oh my god. That's a 19. That thing rolled a 19. That hits. By the way, that hits. Let's see what damage is to us. 2. Okay. I can live with 2. We're gonna pop up over here. We're gonna drop our hit points down to 18 real quick. Save the entry. Like, I know we gotta do this now. And it's a 16, so nothing happened. Luckily enough, nothing happened. We were not poisoned. Alright, so now it's our turn to attack. We're attacking all 3 times. So 1d7, 17. 17 will hit for a total of 7 damage. I'll take 7 damage. Alright, so its hit points is 8 minus... it's got 1 point of damage. It got 1 health. Like, at this point, like, 6. Okay, 6 is not hitting. Its AC is 15. Oh, we can't, like, hide anywhere either. We can only strike. We can't do anything else. Okay. 2. Yeah, that wasn't happening. We have it at 1 HP. This is okay. We got 1 good hit in, and then... Oh, it's at 1 hit point, you guys. 1 hit point. I'm not going to change it up here. Alright, snake bite 1. 23. 23 hits. 23 hits for 4 damage. We're going to minus off the 4 right away. Save entry. X out of that. Come over here. At least I'm not poisoned. 13 does not hit. Yeah, 13 does not hit because we're at 18 AC. That's how I do the 20 hit. And 11 does not hit. So it only hit us once and we still didn't get poisoned. I will take that. We are at 14 health. We got this. Alright, it's our turn to attack. 13 misses. 13 misses. Oh, that was our best one too. 15. 15 hits. 15 hits. And honestly, we don't even have to roll it, but we're going to roll it, and it's dead. It's dead, everyone. It had 1 health left. At least it had to only be equal to. Oh, we defeated the snake. So proud of myself. Alright, with a swish of your blade, your blade slices right through the snake, and it falls dead at your feet with the loud thud. Stepping around its body, you check the room for anything of value. You find a very old, tarnished silver coin wedged between 2 stones on the floor. It must have been here for ages, but it will buy you a night at the inn back in town. Add 1 silver to the scratch pace. I mean, I got a couple nights here. I could spend almost a full week at this tavern, guys. I don't know what the ratio is. If this doesn't tell me by the end of this, if someone wants to tell me in the comments down below what the ratio is of copper coins to silver, kind of like, dimes, pennies, that sort of thing. What it is. But anywho, okay. Leaving the dead serpent behind, you head toward the passageway opposite the entrance. Unlike the caves that came before, this tunnel looks like it was carefully dug out of the earth and meticulously reinforced with wood and stone. After about 20 feet, the passageway forks. Heading off to the right and the left, you can hear the faint sound of splashing water to the right, while a very cold breeze drifts out of the passage to the left. Which way do we go? We're going to the water, guys. We're going to the right, okay. The burbling sound, echoing from somewhere up ahead, grows louder with every step until you can hear the sound of rushing water clearly. As you turn a corner, the source of the sound becomes apparent. The chamber up ahead is split in half by a stream that flows through the center of the room. This swift underground river enters the room from the right and flows out to the left. Across the way, you see a passageway that continues onward, and you can just make out the staircase going down. Discarded on the ground in front of you is an old torch, probably left here by a previous explorer. We're taking the torch, guys. I don't know what we're going to need a torch for, but we're taking the torch. Who knows? We might need a torch later. We might as well take the torch. I forget how much I am terrible about looting, you guys. And we did pull the lever, so we get to go to 16. Alright. In the center of the river is a pillar of stones that looks like it was submerged for a long time. You might be able to use it as a stepping stone to jump across the river. However, you could also try to swim across. Getting to the other side of the river requires a skill check. To attempt a skill check, roll a d20 and add the bonuses associated with the skill you're trying to use. If the result is equal to or greater than the DC of the task, you succeed. In this case, you can use your athletics to either jump or swim across. Your athletic skill check is a 1d20 plus 7. We are jumping across. Why go for the 15 when we can just go for the 10? If you try to jump across, you must succeed at 2 DC 10 athletic skill checks in a row. One to jump to the pillar, another to jump to the other side. If you fail either check, you fall in and must swim the rest of the way to the other side. Okay. So what's this one? If you swim across, you must succeed at 2 athletic skill checks, but if you succeed at the check to jump in the pillar before falling, you only need to succeed at 1 check to swim across, since you're already halfway. Okay. These checks can be dangerous. If you're in the water and fail too many athletic checks to swim, you get swept downstream. Since the river leads deep underground through long tunnels without air, you'll drown. If you fail a total of 3 athletic checks before you succeed and get out of the water. If you fail, we get dragged underwater. Okay, let's try this. So we need to roll what now? Okay, we just need to roll. Oh my god, you guys, I failed the first one. I'm in the water already. We didn't even get to the pillar. Alright. So now we gotta do the swim DC because we're in the water. We didn't even get to the pillar. We jumped and we kind of saw the pillar. We thought we were gonna make it, and we kind of just landed like halfway to it, the pillar, not realizing that we couldn't do that jump with that torch in our pouch. Okay. Athletic skill checks. We need to beat 15. Okay, 20. Okay, one more. 21. I can live with that. We swam the rest of the way, you guys. Okay. We didn't do that, so we can skip that. If you make it to the other side, you can make your way down the stairs. If you decide to head back the way you came and try another passage, go ahead. Okay, now. Okay. We don't have the skeleton key, so that's going to be fun. You travel down quite a distance before arriving in a large cavernous chamber. A hole in the ceiling above allows in a thin shaft of light that illuminates a pile of coins, and at least a couple glittering jewels. Standing in the center of this pile is a wooden statue, crudely carved to look like a pirate. The statue holds a wood saber pointed menacingly in your direction. Drawing closer, you can tell that the statue has joints and hinges on its arms and legs. By the time you realize it, you have drawn too close, and the statue comes to life. Swinging its saber back and forth, the menacing statue approaches you. As it draws near, you spot a strange-looking keyhole in the middle of the statue's neck. So we do not have the skeleton key. I wonder where you pick it up, because now I'm very curious on how to get the skeleton key. But we don't have the skeleton key. So, you are now in combat with the pirate statue. To start this combat, you and the statue must start by rolling initiative to determine who gets to go first. This is a perception check that both of you attempt. This one is the one who gets a higher result acts first in combat. If you tie, the statue goes first. Roll for both of you to determine who goes first. If you go first, you must spend 1 action to move next to the statue before making any attacks. The statue is slower, so if it goes first, it must spend 2 actions to move up before attacking. Alright. I got a 17. He got a natural 20. How is it fair that he gets a natural 20? The unfairity of it. So, He spent 2 action points getting to me, so he only gets to attack me once. Oh, that hits. I don't even have to look. That's a natural 20 again. Plus 9 on top of it. This pirate statue is going to be what kills me, you guys. I'm pretty sure. 4 damage. We'd love to see it, you guys. We got 10 heart hit points left. Be-doop, be-doop, be-doop. Okay. We're not playing Pokemon, but you know what? You know what noises I'm making right now. Okay, so you can move up to or away from the statue. If you move up to it, you can attack with your remaining actions. If you move away, the statue must spend 2 of its actions on it to move up to you before attack. So more than likely what we're going to do is we're going to attack twice on our 3rd action. We're going to move away so that he has to keep wasting 2 actions to get to us. Yeah. Oh, we can also decide to flee the combat, but nah, I don't know how to flee. Alright, a 21 hits. We do 7 damage. I don't even have to look to see if a 21 hits. We did 7 damage to the statue, resulting in him being dropped to a 13. Alright. And now we second attack it. 9 does not hit. And our 3rd action is we're moving, so he has to move forward. He wastes 2 steps to move forward towards me, so he can only do first attack. 27 hits. What the? Okay. 8 hits as well. Okay. So I might want to think about running. Or we're going to die and we're going to be going through this again anyway on a different video. Because, now I'm really doing the be-doop, 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 be-doop. Okay. Now, okay, so he has 13 hit points left. I mean, I can't even get to 13 with 1 day. I'd have to roll 2 attacks and hit such a nice score on that it's going to be amazing. So, do I want to keep attacking and go with my be-doop, be-doop, or do I want to run? I can't run. My mind says run, but I can't run. Attack! Okay, we hit. We hit for 7 damage. I can live with this. I can live with this, you guys. Alright, so we're hitting for 7 damage. It is at 6 damage. I just need to hit this last one, you guys. Or dodge his next one. One of the two has to happen. A 10 does not hit. And again, I'm going to move back again. Move away. Because he has to come and spend the action points to get to me. And his first attack. Why? Why? I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm not even... We gotta go in here, guys. We got this. -1. Bleh. Alright, if we defeated. Okay. So, the pirate statue falls to the floor in a thunderous crash, breaking into several pieces. With this, the last guard defeated, you are free to... Wait, did I click the wrong one? Oh, no. Okay, we pulled the lever. We made it to the other side. We didn't have the skeleton key. Oh, okay, there. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. Your vision grows dark as life leaves your body. In your final moments, you can't help but think that this is not how stories should end. Maybe the next hero will feel better in this deadly pace. Okay. Although you have died, there is still an adventure to be had. You can start this adventure over by returning to entry number 1. You are restored to full hit points, but so are all the foes that you have faced. You must explore and face whatever danger awaits you all over again. Alternatively, you can make your own hero to play in adventures with others. Go to create your hero to begin your design. So, we're obviously gonna go through this again, okay? We're obviously gonna do this, okay? We're gonna get through this, and it's gonna be fun. So we'll just keep doing this and see how many times either A, we die, or if we can defeat it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this random dungeon theme, the Pirate King's Plunder solo adventure. And hopefully I can learn how to GM and hopefully it's not too hard, because I do have, as you can see, this is Pathfinder's adventure box, beginner box. So I am ready to kind of get into it, but in the same token, I don't understand how to use any of this stuff at all. So that's going to be fun for me to learn. But hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe and join the Wolf Pack. I'll see you guys next time. Take care now. Bye bye.